Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, I am Donatello and this is The Way. We are reading Jesus Calling, a 365 daily devotional written by Sarah Young, talking about peace in Jesus' presence. It is May 11th and we're jumping in. Thank me for your problems. As soon as your mind gets snagged on a difficulty, bring it to me with thanksgiving. Then ask me to show you my way to handle the situation. The very act of you thanking me releases your mind from its negative focus. As you turn your attention to me, the problem fades in significance and loses its power to trip you up. Together, we can deal with the situation, either facing it head on or putting it aside for later consideration. Most of the situations that entangle your mind are not today's concerns. You have borrowed them from tomorrow. In this case, I lift the problem out of today and deposit it into the future, where it is veiled from your eyes. In its place, I give you my peace, which flows freely from my presence. And this is from Philippians 4:6. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And John 14:27. Peace I leave you, my peace I give you. I do not give you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled. Do not be afraid. The first line goes right back to the center and the anchor of our foundation in Christ, and that is thankfulness, coming to Him with a thankful heart, thanking Him for everything. Thank me for your problems. As soon as your mind gets snagged on a difficulty, bring it to me with thanksgiving. His ways and our ways are very different. This is why it is so important to seek His counsel, to see how He would handle the situation, because the way we would handle it is extremely different from the way our Father, the creator of the heavens and the earth, would handle it. And we might not see it or understand it, but going to Him and just trusting Him. Now, this is the ultimate faith. This is saying, I don't get it. And I'm putting a situation that I don't understand, that's worrisome, that's troublesome, by all world standards, says that I should be freaking out and finding plan A and plan B and plan C and doing all these things. But I'm instead putting it into your hand and waiting for you to give me a word. Now, I'm not going to do nothing because faith without works is dead, but I'm going to wait until I hear something. Wait until I hear a command, till I hear what you tell me to do before I do anything, before I worry, before I trip, before I freak out about anything. I'm going to run to the Father and see what He has to say about the situation. I imagine Joseph did the same thing. I imagine Joshua did the same thing. Rahab, Jacob, Nehemiah. I mean, you could literally go through the whole Bible and find characters in there, real life people who had to run to the Father to get instructions. Otherwise, they would sit in their own worry. The very act of thanking me releases your mind from the negative focus. Break the chains of negativity with thankfulness and giving. Break the chains of negativity with thankfulness and praise and thanksgiving. Not only does this take so much stress, but it also frees up your mind almost without you not realizing it. You give Him thanks and you say, I surrender to you. I surrender to everything you have for me in this moment. And before you know it, you don't feel the weight of the world, the weight of the problems. You feel just, and that's what it says here, He deposits your problems from today into a later day, into the future. I think exactly what He says is, most situations that entangle your mind are not today's concerns. You have borrowed them from tomorrow. In this case, I lift the problem out of today and deposit it into the future, where it is veiled from your eyes. A lot of the times, that's what we do. We focus on the what ifs and this is going to happen. I know it's going to happen. And we sit and we focus on it. And instead of running to the Father, instead of seeking His peace, we sit in that. That worry can consume us. It is a thief in the night that comes to steal our joy, to steal our happiness, to take away anything that we have left. And I'm telling you, run to the Father. Run to him again and again and again. And I cannot say this enough. Even if you just have to say his name, say it until you feel a peacefulness wash over you, and thank him for the situation you're in. Because God has got a plan. God has got a plan, though you don't understand it. And though it seems like there's just madness, there's a method to it. And it's going to work out so beautifully, so strategically for your benefit. You don't even know. In its place, I give you my peace, which flows freely from my presence. If any of you have sat ever in God's presence, you know the peace I'm speaking of, the peace they're speaking of right here. It is above all things that feeling to sit in the presence of God and know that he is there with you, comforting you, being there with you, just sitting there, not even saying anything, not even hearing anything, just sitting there. It's just this feeling. It's overwhelming and it's beautiful. And the worry drifts away. The worry, it's like, what was I even worried about anyway? You feel foolish for it. The one sure thing in this world is that God is never going to leave you. He's never going to forsake you. And he's always going to be consistent in your life. Once you realize this, everything changes. Forget the mistake that happened. Forget the shame. Forget the insecurity. Forget it all. And just come to him. Whatever problem you're going through right now, it's not going to last. What is going to last is your relationship with God, and the best way to start is to start now. And you may have a relationship that's fantastic. Keep building, keep putting in. He's just longing for you to get to know him on the level that he desires. Oh, he loves you so much. And I love you guys so much. I will see you back later.